Good morning, all. Today, I would like to talk to you about the fascinating field of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is a branch of economics that studies the behavior and performance of the economy as a whole. And rather than individual markets or sectors, it provides us insights into how the economy functions and what factors affect its performance. So, this is the agenda for today. So, at its core, macroeconomics is concerned with analyzing and understanding the key macroeconomic indicators that give us the sense of economy's overall health. These indicators include GDP, domestic product, inflation, unemployment, and trade balances. So, by monitoring these indicators, economists and policymakers can get a sense of how well the economy is doing and identify potential problems that need to be addressed. Business cycle. The business cycle refers to the natural cyclical fluctuations of economic activity characterized by periods of expansion and contraction. So, that these are the phases of business cycle: expansion, peak, contraction, and trough. So, the business cycle is influenced by a range of factors, including monetary, fiscal, and global economic conditions and consumers and business confidence. So, these are the implications. So, at last, coming to the implications of business cycle, the business cycle has significant implications for individuals, businesses, and governments. It can impact employment, inflation, and economic growth, and can also create opportunities for investment and growth during the expansion phase. So coming to the policies, these are the several type of economic policies include monetary, fiscal, and trade policy. So coming to the monetary policy refers to the actions taken by the country's central bank to manage the money supply and the interest rates in order to influence economic activity. So for example, a central bank may lower interest rates to stimulate the borrowing and investment. So then next fiscal policy. So fiscal policy refers to government spending and taxation decisions that can affect economic activity. So for example, a government may increase spending on infrastructure projects to boost employment and economic growth. So at last, a trade policy. So the trade policy refers to government decisions regarding international trade such as tariffs and quotas on imports and exports. So, economic policy challenges. So, the economic policy faces many challenges such as balancing competing economic goals, dealing with external shocks, and managing political pressures. So, these economic policies can have significant implications for individuals, business, and overall economy. Effective policies can lead to increased growth, stability, and prosperity, while poorly designed policies can lead to unintended consequences and negative outcomes. Then next, globalization. So this globalization refers to increasing interconnectedness of economics around the world through trade, investment, and cultural exchange. So first, drivers of globalization. So the globalization has been driven by technological advancements, deregulation, and the growth of multinational corporations. Then benefits of globalization. Globalization can bring benefits such as increased trade, investment, and job opportunities, and can help to reduce poverty and improve living standards. The next, challenges of globalization. Globalization can also create challenges such as increased competition, job displacement, and environmental degradation. Policies responses to globalization. Globalization, so the government can respond to the challenges of globalization through policies such as education and training programs, labor market policies, and environmental regulations. So then economic growth and income distribution. So the economic growth refers to an increase in the production of goods and services in an economy over time. So the measures of economic growth. So the economic growth can be measured by gross domestic product or gross national product. So the factors that influence economic growth or such as investment, productivity, innovations, and education and skills. Inequality refers to the unequal distribution of income and wealth in an economy. It can have a negative social and economic consequences such as a reduced social mobility and lower economic growth. So the policies responses to income inequality. So the government can respond to income inequality through policies such as progressive taxation, social welfare programs, and investment in education and training. So coming to the balance of trade, so it is refers to the difference between a country's export and imports of goods and services. So trade surplus and deficit. A trade surplus occurs when a country's export exceeds its import, while a trade deficit occurs when import exceeds exports. So the causes of trade imbalances are the trade imbalances can be caused by a range of factors such as differences in productivity, exchange rates, and tariffs and trade barriers. So implications of trade imbalances. Trade imbalances can have significant implications for countries' economy, including effects on employment, inflation, and economic growth. So balance of payment. So this balance of payment refers to the difference between all of the payments of country receives from abroad and all of the payments it makes it to the other countries. So the components of balance of payment, I would say the balance of payment is made up of three components: the current account, the capital account, and the financial account. So coming to the current account includes transactions in goods and services, income, and current transfers. So the capital account includes transactions related to capital transfers and the acquisition or disposal of non-produced non-financial assets. Coming to the financial account include transactions related to international investments such as foreign direct investment and portfolio investment. Implications of balance of payment. The balance of payment can have implications for a country's economic performance and stability, such as effects on exchange rates, interest rates, and inflation. So, the World Trade Organization is an international organization that promotes the free trade and regulates trade agreements between its member countries. So, the history of WTO. So, the WTO was established in 1995, succeeding the General Agreement in Tariffs and Trade, which was created in 1947. So, the WTO facilitates international trade by negotiating and enforcing trade agreements, providing a forum for the dispute resolution and monitoring national trade policies. The WTO has faced many criticisms for being undemocratic and favoring the interest of developed countries over developing countries. So, the WTO plays an important role in promoting global economic growth and reducing barriers to international trade. So, at last, in this presentation, we have covered the topics of business cycle, policies, globalization, economic growth, and income distribution, WTO, balance of trade, and balance of payment. So, understanding macroeconomics is important for individuals, businesses, and government to make informed decisions about economic policies and to promote economic growth and stabilities. So, I would encourage the audience to continue learning about macroeconomics and its impact on the global economy. Thank you.